Hold on, let me have this sip first. Yep, that was my first sip of coffee. All right, so I just had this idea when I was laying in bed. We're going to do the literal opposite of what I usually do. I don't know. We're gonna call this. We're gonna call it subtractum unfiltered something. Do some coffee memes or something. Before I have my first cup of coffee, I'm just gonna be myself here. Not gonna be subtractum. I'm gonna be Adam. I can't fake a YouTube persona. Can't do any of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna be me. I'm just gonna sit here a little bit. I'm just gonna talk about my thoughts and what we did and all that. I'm gonna be a little grumpy. Haven't had my coffee yet. Not gonna be the chipper, happy-go-lucky, whatever that I usually try to be here. Yesterday on stream, we played Lost Ark. I mean, I'm just gonna be super, super blunt. I didn't like it. It is an MMO. I am not an MMO player. I haven't played an MMO since World of Warcraft I played Cataclysm for a few months. I was pretty hardcore raiding and everything in vanilla and a little bit in TBC. TBC, I already saw the degenerate game design, the direction it was going, kind of getting into the idea of daily quests, of just regrinding up your gear score, yada yada, getting away from the stuff that I find really, really fun in the games that I love, RPGs that I love at least, right? That have the like meaningful items, meaningful skills, stuff that like is really transformative to your character. Like I want an RPG should be ashamed of showing you its gear score. Honestly, I mean I like what Path of Exile does by like, hey, there's an eye level, and then there's some tiers of stuff, but other than that, it's all just it's all just transformative stuff that is highly impactful for your character. MMOs in general, the main reason why I don't really play Destiny. I love like I think yeah, you know what? Destiny and Lost Ark are like the same thing in my head in a lot of ways. Your game should be ashamed of showing the gear score. It's frankly embarrassing that it's just like, yeah, here's the numbers, here's your spreadsheet. There's nothing interesting, and like that's okay. Like fundamentally, RPGs are just there's the numbers, and they are what they are, right? But the fact that it's that's like all you care about is just like it is straight up, hey, here's the casino, here's the grind, push that number up. Nothing particularly interesting happens. That's a rant for another day. Yeah, Lost Ark. So, I had a little bit of knowledge of what was going in there, what it was going to look like. People told me like, yeah, it's a Korean MMO, and then everyone says it has really, really good raid mechanics, etc. Later on, people complain about CC and all that in PvP and PV, and it sounds like even when I was talking about it in chat, like that's the one thing I was excited about was getting into the PvP. I at my heart, I am a competitive PvP gamer. I'm actually just the other thing that I thought of this morning, besides doing this type of stuff, is I'm probably just gonna make a second channel. Yesterday, I made a video that was a little experimental. It was still like through the lens of Path of Exile, but I did a more traditional thumbnail and I did more traditional title and stuff like that, and did not resonate with this community. It was actually the first video that I've unlisted. Like I thought the video was gonna absolutely like pop off and have like universal appeal. We'll do that through a different channel there. I think on the different channel, I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be playing the games that I want to play. Get away from this, this persona and this lens and all that. This is just my 10-minute morning rant. What are we at? We're at about 5 minutes right now. Oh yeah, and I want to keep it to 10 minutes. Lost Ark, I played for what 4.8 hours, I think. So if we look at Steam, yeah, 4.8 hours. I was actually gonna start this off with like a little edit with like cute music and showing me uninstalling the game because I'm gonna do that right after this video. 4.8 hours, and I definitely did not spend more than 20 minutes in combat the entire time. It was you literally just spam G, which is the interact key, and like I know, and everyone says get to the end game, whatever. Josh Strife Hayes actually has a really good video about if you have to play your MMO for 100 hours to get to the end game, it is bad. If I remember, I will link it. I will link it above one of those things. Really, really good video. If you have to play 100 hours for to get to the good part, right? Like I'm just not interested, right? That is a significant percentage of my life to slog through something that I'm not interested and I don't enjoy. It has like super whatever cute anime style. It has people say the end game is really good, but I spent almost 5 hours just spamming G doing fetch quests, like open up the mini map, go to the orange thing, get the orange thing, like could be flowers or whatever, bring it back to the orange thing. There's like the first hour was even like trying to get out of the first town with like, hey, get a pet that auto loots, and here's how you talk to people. And like, yeah, there's a tutorial, but like it felt like the tutorial was basically the whole time. At the very end, the one thing I will say is I had one dungeon that I went through, and some of the mechanics were kind of interesting. They did some really cool cinematic stuff with the camera, and the actual combat and like the feel of the skills. So like the game does have an absolute. It is being hard carried. It has a glowing, exceptional, really really good thing about it is the feel of your abilities, the sound design, and just like the flashiness and like visceral reaction of like that feeling of using your skills is really really cool. But and I know like nothing is like PoE. I mean, but when it comes to like what comparing it to PoE where you get like dozens of skills, dozens and dozens of skills and customization, I think I'm just spoiled. Um, it's not even close. And like, yeah, honestly, PoE, and I hope PoE too, like looks at Lost Ark and some of the like the feel of the abilities. Like I was a sorceress, and like the gravity well thing that you do that like sucks up all the enemies, and then you can do like a big like ignite. Like the visuals are really good. Like I would actually recommend, you can actually test out all the skills in the very first room in the game is when you're making your character. You can do a character test, and you can just use most of the skills and feel the abilities and see how they work, and you can just like dash around and stuff. But it's also like very much a cooldown based game where like, all right, it's an MMO. You get your DPS rotation, and you don't have that much customization. There isn't really a skill tree. You just kind of like put points into whatever, and then you can choose certain customizations, and I just constantly had people in chat saying like, oh well, that's not the best build. You can respec, and then you take this anointment or whatever they're called, enhancement, these enhancements, and then this is the perfect build. I'm not an MMO gamer. I'm really really not. I don't want to do. I've watched Cute Dog play a little bit, Cute Dog and Dias Lily, and just like thousands of hours of like log in, grind your gear score, do your dailies, get Makoko seeds, and whatever. If that's for you, that's totally great. But I just have no desire whatsoever to engage with it. I said at one moment on stream, like I was like, full disclosure, the all I'm thinking about right now is playing Elden Ring. I had zero desire to continue playing that. It was like, anyway, final tally, final review. What do I think about Lost Ark? It's an MMO, and like I've seen some clips of the end game raids, and yeah, they're hard. It looks like they're really hard. But unfortunately, 5% of good gameplay, of like really cool and like interesting gameplay, moment to moment gameplay, without the customization and with all of the trappings of being like this grindy Korean MMO that actually has non-free. It actually has pay to win stuff, like a lot of pay to win stuff. And then just like what is the reward of just like pushing that number up? It looks like you just like get all of your abilities by like level 30 or something, and that's the other thing, right? Is like your character like doesn't change, as far as I could tell. Like that kind of the cool thing, and I think a very special thing about a good RPG, in my opinion, is and I know there's aspects and like whatever, and you can do like a reflex sorceress and makes them faster and all that. I looked it up. It's not that different. It's just faster, as far as I can tell. Just like that compared to like in a good RPG, your character should feel like it progresses, gets stronger. I want my level 100 character to be so different from my level 1 character that they're not even recognizable. But just like it feels like you're already 70% of the way there at level 1, and then just like Korean grindy MMO and all that. So final verdict on Lost Ark, as it says, even grumpy before my coffee. If you have fun with the game, I'm no judgment from me whatsoever. If you have fun doing it, have fun and play it. There's nothing wrong. It doesn't hurt me if you play that game. But I mean, for me, that game could not have turned me off more, between like the really cheesy anime story and like 0 out of 10 voice acting and mandatory story quest, whatever garbage. Like I know it gets different at the end game. I'm not gonna play 100 hours to get there, right? That already is such a hard block for me. And then knowing that the end game is just this incredible grind of thousands and thousands of hours that just wants to siphon your money away is just like I could not be turned off more. Anyway, enjoy Lost Ark if you like it. I will be uninstalling it right after I click stop recording right now. Gotta let Zeus out and feed him. And let me know in the comments below if you like this style thing. If this works at all, I would love to do these every morning and just a little bit more of an unfiltered talking and lightly edited video. And we'll have the more fun, higher energy stuff later. I gotta get ready to go to the dentist and get some fillings done. So can't wait for that. Stream will be today at Twitch TV/Subtractum, probably about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be popping back to Path of Exile, playing a game that I know I absolutely love, and I have a cool, fun idea for a two-handed sword witch using crystallized omniscience that I'm really excited about. Zeus really wants that food, so I got to go. As always, don't forget to have fun. See y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.